I blew up a low mileage 6-liter before it even ran for the first time. I'm making this video so the same thing doesn't happen to you. Welcome to Another Guy's Garage. I'm another guy, and this is my garage. Let me introduce you to my 1971 Chevelle. I'm going to get to how I blew it up in about 2 seconds here. I've had this car since I was 15. It's got a $300 make-up paint job on it. I bought it for $400 in about 1990-ish. So I bought it when I was in high school. Had a 307 for a short while, took it out, put a 350 with a 350 turbo transmission in it. That is now in my son's car. That's his 57 gasser behind us. And I thought, hey, I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to update to the new LS. Because everybody's doing these LS conversions and they're super easy, right? Well, I did my first one and here it is. It's now a boat anchor. I messed up. I'm going to tell you why I messed up, how I messed up, and then best of all, how to not do the same thing that I did. A simple check that it will take you about 10 minutes, maybe less, probably about 5, maybe less, and you'll save your engine, unlike myself. I have seen other postings where guys have done the same thing or at least something similar, but let me give you the background. This is a 6-liter out of a 2500 Express van. Low miles, was low miles. It was super clean inside, so well, either really well maintained or it was actually low miles. Facebook Marketplace, hey, you never know. It's a crapshoot. It's got a Tremec 5-speed behind it, new clutch, new everything. It's got a new fuel system in it. It's got the Holley Terminator X management system on it. I'm running a fuel filter that is the Corvette style that has the regulator and filter all in one. I bought it pretty trick. I bought it from Summit. It's got the AN fittings already on it. So here's what happened. First startup, all excited. Following the instructions, I'm programming my Holley Terminator X with my handheld. It says cycle the key on, look for fuel leaks. Guess what? I had fuel leaks. No kidding. New system. So I had some in the back. It was actually dripping. So I'm like, I should tighten that up. I didn't want to over tighten the AN fittings because I had never really used them before. Tighten those up. I had another one at the firewall. Tighten that up. Long story short, I got rid of the leaks. Problem is, every time I cycled the key, I did that probably 3 times, maybe 4 times. What I didn't know is that 2 of my cylinders were filling with gas. So of course, I'm all excited, crank it up, and it ran for like 3 seconds, and it sounded awful. I wish I would have done this simple check before I did that, but yeah, next thing I know, I look under the car, and there's an oil slick under it, and there's pieces of inside parts on the outside. That's never good. And it all could have been avoided if I would have done one simple check. And I'm going to walk you through that check right now. And I'm going to save you the headache that I'm about to embark on by pulling this whole engine back out and transmission and doing the run out and all that nonsense to get this thing back together or get the next one back together and get it back in there so I can drive it. My goal is to get this thing back on the road so I can cruise with my son. And yeah, I want to do that by this summer. So I got him another motor, and it's just a matter of doing the swap, and you'll see some videos, upcoming videos on me doing that. Anyways, let's get to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove any of the peripherals, vacuum lines, hoses, anything that might be in the way. And I'm going to take the 8mm screws that hold the fuel rails down off. And I learned this from my buddy Bill. So I was telling him the story that I blew up my LS. And he goes, well, didn't you check the fuel injectors before you put them on? I says, well, I wasn't worried about them being not opening. I figured if it ran rough, I would go through the cleaning procedure. And again, this was low miles on a driving van. And he goes, I got a simple test for you. So he came over and he actually showed me how to do this. So last but not least, take these 4 out. That will give me access. Taking this fuel rail out, wiggle it, and they will come loose. And you can see now my injectors are all visible and exposed. Next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of wood here and try and hold this up, maybe like this. I can do it just to get I don't have a lot of room with the fuel line, but I'll leave the fuel line attached. But now I got all the injectors up where I can see them. And again, I wouldn't suggest doing any of this. When we did it the first time, we actually just let them, he held it up, I turned the key, and they kind of squirted gas all over the place. In theory, they shouldn't squirt at all, but as you know, I had 2 injectors stuck open was my issue. I'm going to put some bags so I don't make a mess and I don't burn my house down. I'm going to put these little baggies, I'm just going to zip tie them around the injector here. This will work. This will, again, keep gas from going hopefully all over the place, unless, of course, the pressure from the 70 psi going to the fuel rail just blows them off and it blows gas all over the place anyways. But this way, too, I can see, since I'm by myself, which ones are actually leaking. So I'm going to do this on all 8 of these injectors. And I'm not going to make you watch me do that, but you have to trust that I'm just taking these sandwich bags and wrapping around each injector. Get you in there. It's not pretty, but you can see I've captured each one of the injectors in the fuel rail. This way, hopefully, it doesn't make a mess. Probably grab the fire extinguisher, open the garage door, get ready to push this thing out just in case it does, for some reason, catch fire. I'm gonna officially not recommend anybody do this, but yeah, this is an easy test to see if injectors are firing when they shouldn't be. Next here, I'm just gonna cycle the key real quick on. And the injectors that are stuck, you should be able to see because they're going to squirt right into the bag. I have 2 that are stuck. Let me get you out of here. And you can see the bag's still filling up. There's one back there. And then this side, there's one up here. And oh, she's a leaker. Look at how much fuel, how quickly it fills up. Yeah, that's all it took to hydrolock my motor and destroy it. 2 bad injectors. Now I wish I wouldn't have fully pressurized it because that's a lot of gas. But now you know too why I went ahead and put them in these bags. Well, before those bags blow, we're going to get them out of there. But yeah, now you know. All right, I'm going to run that same test, but I'm going to switch the wires. And the reason I'm doing that is I heard of guys' computers actually telling their injectors to fire, especially with reflashed units or reprogram units where guys are trying to use the factory harness. It's happened. I'm using the Holley Terminator X. I don't expect that to be the problem, but you know what? Dot I's cross T's, so I'm literally just going to swap that wire for that wire because I know that one isn't leaking, and this one is, and it was this one, right, guys? Wasn't this one? I'm going to mark it with a Sharpie. This one? Nope, it was this one. And I'll mark the other side too, just to make sure I remember where they were, the ones that leaked. And then I'm going to swap those wires out and verify it's not my computer. So I'm just going to swap the wires out. I'm going to pull the retainers back. And I should just be able to unplug these. Get the retainer out. Pull this retainer out. That one came. Oh, that's out. Pull that out. Pull this out. And now I'm going to switch them. So this was cylinder 3. This was cylinder 1. Holley did a great job of marking everything so I can see. Probably can't see that, but it's marked 3. I'm going to switch them just to show you. Plug it right in there. I'm going to plug this one right in here. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I just cycled the key, and we've got kind of the same thing happening. Let me get you down in there. It's the same one we marked. It's filling up with gas again. Ran the fuel pump a lot shorter time this time. Then we'll check this side. You can already see it. Yep, that's where we put our mark. And guess what? We've got fuel in the baggie again. So again, not the poly, it's truly just stuck injectors. And that's it. Pretty simple test to make sure you don't do what I did. Hey guys, if you find this at all helpful, please like, subscribe, leave comments. I'm trying to start a channel here. This was really my impetus for starting a channel. Kind of a public service. I'm going through this again. I'm like, oh, what the heck? I've been thinking about it. Want to go ahead and do this. But again, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in future videos. Thanks for watching.